Hey, well, I've been pretty quiet for a while because hibernation's been in order. I've been everywhere from Portugal and the UK. I feel like I've been everywhere and life's not stopped. And in between the travelling, I've been hibernating, I've been writing my books. Well, writing the Meeting Your Grief, but I'd updated the permaculture book, so we now finally have the updated and available Rebirthing a Revolution, which excuse me, I'm really excited about. Now, home in the UK has been a blessing, and home in Portugal is another blessing. I'm blessed to have more than one home that I can be in and go to. So home is where your heart is, and my heart's big enough to be everywhere, thankfully. And there's blessings in each home, whether it's the UK with my mum, with my nana, with my aunt, with my daughter, or whether it's sitting here at Creative Rootz with Batty and Paws and Mitten as I am now. Now, I had to make some huge changes, and I've been doing some real deep dives and reflections on life and what I'm capable of now. The whole journey from diagnosis and an operation and then recovering from the operation has deepened my awareness of self and what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of. And as much as I wanted things to work, and I had my vision for Creative Rootz to be a co-op, a community, a cooperative of people all coming together with the same goal, it just doesn't happen so quickly and so easily. I haven't shelved it. I haven't thrown that, cast it away. But I realised that finding the people so I can vibe with my tribe is not as easy as I thought it would be. You know, when you're wandering and when you're talking and meeting like-minded souls, we all find common ground where we can resonate. And what we discover is there's a lot of us who believe and think in the same way. When it comes to living together or sharing that space, it's not as easy as what we think it might be. You know, meeting strangers, getting on with people for a few days and learning new skills and sharing skills and stories and talking of dreams is a beautiful thing. But when it comes down to it and you go and you get the space and you say, right, here I am, I have this space now. People aren't ready to put in the commitment that you do, because you're the one that put out, I don't know, the money, you're the one that buys the things. People don't want to say, oh yeah, of course, I'll join with you and we'll co-create together and it be equal. People aren't ready to take on the responsibility. People, you say, well, come and live here and, you know, you do your part, you take care of the grounds, or, you know, you do what you specialise in and I'll do what I specialise in, and between us it'll work. And they're not ready to take on that role. People want to dream, and dreaming's a beautiful thing to do, But when it comes to taking responsibility, it really is a harder pill to swallow. So I had to swallow my own pills for responsibility when I realised that although I had managed to be able to take care of the land and the people that came and my little house, and to the best of my capacity to do so, I no longer had the energy for the animals. And I couldn't manage to look after the animals and take care of volunteers and work doing what makes my heart sing as a therapist, and still have the energy to do all the human stuff. And and I had to really sit down and evaluate my life and what is it that I can do? How can I work with what I've got? How can I grow as a person? And how can I show up and be my best self and serve humanity on the planet? And I had to make an incredibly difficult decision. It still hurts now, to rehome a lot of my animals. One of my last videos was when the goats were coming. And we was all doing so well, but there was a day when I was trying to move and go up to do some work on the land up the top. And I was walking up the land and I got to the gate, and the goats was walking with me, and Bear was on his lead, and Elsa, and we was all going together. And as I tried to get through the gate, Bear went in between the two goats. Well, Peanut didn't like that he was in between him and Hazel. So Peanut went to headbutt Bear. Only Peanut headbutted the gate, and the gate headbutted me, or the gate hit me, and I nearly passed out. And I thought, what the fuck am I doing? I'm here on my own. I have these animals, and I really need to change how I do things. So I started just moving things a bit at a time, but then it takes a lot more energy to move the dog and then move the goats, and there is only one of me. And even taking it one tree at a time, as I was, and they're only small trees, so it's everything's ground level, it still was just too much. And moving in the morning and moving things at night and moving things during the day and trying to keep things separate, and it was just so much for me to handle. And trying to lift the water, like lifting's been quite a trip. I've been managing to lift like 1.5 litres, but really to lift a bucket of water, it's way more. And moving maybe half a bucket at a time, if you're lucky, is a real challenge. So I took the opportunity to reassess, and I found amazing homes. Bear moved to Belgium, and he has his own little pack of females to take care of, and a family there, and lives in a forest, and he's very happy. Elsa's moved down to Portimao. She's on the border of Spain. She's a house dog in a little retirement space where she's got lots of friends to hang out with. Paws is still here. He was rehomed and brought back because their dog didn't get on with him, and it doesn't look like he's going anywhere soon. Mittens has remained with us. The guineas have stayed. The goats went to go and live with a community where they just walk around with all the other people. They're doing really well. Hazel had two male, was it 2 or 3? No, she had a male and a female kid, little baby goats. Branco moved with the frackers to some vegans who love chickens and birds and live happily eating and sharing space. Bernadette moved home to permaculture, where she moved with many of her friends, and unfortunately she fell into the well and drowned, so she ended up on someone's table for dinner, which is sad, but also one of the ways of life. That's the circuit, isn't it? She'd given herself up and wasn't found in time, and in that short amount of time she made a transition, and that fed humans and animals. Life is a cycle, and life lives off life, you know. Even vegans eat life, you know. There is life in everything. There is nothing that isn't alive. So it's just finding things that we feel that sits right within our own heart and our own life space. And then we had the little sea brights, and they went off to live with Wendy near Fundown. So all the animals, apart from the guineas, Mitten, the kitten, Paws and Batty, have moved on. Life here has changed somewhat. The ground is abundant, where you can tell where the animals have roamed, because all of it is just blossoming with so many spring flowers right now. And the it's just so beautiful. It's so green. And at the top of the land, it's not green at all, really. It's just straggly grass, so it's not fully recovered, although it's been treated and taken care of, and the wild herbs are in abundance up there. We've had work done in this tiny house. We have a kitchen space that's undercover. We have a bathroom space that's so beautiful, so practical, and you fire in because it got so cold, and I'd lost 26% of my body weight. So the cold really got to me. So winter was tough, and it was tough in the UK as well, and it was tough here because I've been in both places, and it was beautiful being with family at Christmas and New Year, and then back with my animal family, and then back again. So yeah, it's been an interesting time of back and forth, and really getting to spend time and appreciate time with people. And that's been another blessing. But here in the home space in Portugal, we have more practical space, less animals. We have plenty of things that need doing. The list doesn't, it may seem to get shorter as in the amount of energy we spend in a day, but I don't know. I don't have volunteers anymore. I decided not to have volunteers. I have guests, and when I have guests, it's people that I've been talking to for a long time, or family and friends. So I don't just allow anyone to come anymore. I haven't got the energy to have people now. When people come, they create so much laundry and mess and things that they don't take responsibility for themselves, which leaves me with it, which I really need to utilize my energy resources wisely. And to do that, I focus on my writing. I focus on my therapy work, my inner work and my outer work, and of course, holding space for people. And I help people with meeting their grief and the trauma wherever I'm at. You know, I have people that I sit with in the UK, in India, here in Portugal, and Malta, and I think Greece. Was it? There's people all over, Ireland, America. You know, what a blessing it is to be able to join people worldwide, globally, through the power of the internet or through presence, to just be and to support, just share just share the weight of the suffering, and to just be present and just to keep loving people through things while they find their own way. I really am all about empowering people now. That wanting to, like, help from my own perspective is so much smaller now. It's still there, I still see it creeping up, but it really is so tiny compared to when I first began. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm up to. This is where I'm at. My book, Meeting Your Grief, by Mamabear McGowan, is available on Amazon. And of course, the permaculture book, which, even if you're not into permaculture, but you want to change your world, you want to change your life, you want to change how things are, how you're walking on Earth as an Earthling, you know, how you're contributing to life on the planet, please check out, you know, if you're on Kindle Unlimited, these books are free. And if not, you can get them only for like no more than, I think, a couple of dollars or something on Kindle. And after that, you can get the paperback books as well. So Rebirthing a Revolution is all about helping you come back to yourself and walking right way with the planet. So hopefully I'm going to be sharing more about these things, and I will keep you up to date, but that's where I've been at, and that's how life's changed. And at some point I will do a walk round and show you how things are. But for now, I'm just going to take some time to sit on the couch and just breathe and listen to the bird song and watch the blue tits that just live on the tree outside the window, and just enjoy what a beautiful thing life really is. Have an awesome day wherever you are, however you are, and whoever you are. So much love to you all. Take care now.